for discussion. I'd like to bring in my guest, Republican Congressman from Illinois, Adam Kinzinger. Congressman, what are you hearing among your colleagues on the Hill about the summit? Are Republicans generally impressed by what the president has accomplished this week?
Yeah, when I talk to my colleagues on the Hill, they are. I think there's there's a macro and a micro here as I look at it. Macro-wise, what's happening is good. The summit is good. We got to it on the position, I think, of strength. You know, a year ago it was a talk of fire and fury. We had basically a de facto military buildup with military option, and then that drew them to the table. Now, the micro is things like saying suspending war games and what appears to be concessions without getting anything in return. The micro is a little concerning, but on the macro side, I think we're in the good point. And the hope is this is going to be a long journey, that we end up, when this is all done, with a good deal. They have put down so many red lines to say basically denuclearize North Korea. That is the only option. Short of that, I think we're in war.
North Korean state television is claiming that President Trump made concessions that were not announced publicly by the administration. Do you think that's possible? And whoa, if true, or should we assume that that's North Korean propaganda?
Well, I guess it's possible. Anything's possible. We don't know what was said in that closed-door meeting, but, you know, state TV also says that Kim Jong-un's father descended from a spaceship in heaven, basically, and birthed by, you know, the reincarnation of Jesus. So
don't forget those 11 holes in one either.
Yes, that's right, the 11 holes in one. So, you know, you can take it with a grain of salt. My guess is the president, I've met with him a number of times, he likes to kind of get along with people when he's meeting with them one-on-one, so maybe Kim Jong-un saw it kind of niceties as concessions. But I think when it's all said and done, we're going to be, and we should be, rightly involved in what's going on day by day here. But there's only one option, and that is a verifiable deal where there's no nuclear North Korea ever.
So, you know, Trump tweeted earlier that North Korea is no longer a nuclear threat. Everyone's obviously pointing out that that's not true. But what no one's talking about is if you are South Korea or Japan, how does that go over to those audiences?
I don't think overly well. I mean, I think to say they're a reduced threat today would be accurate, because I think we're further from any kind of a nuclear exchange than we were before this summit. But they are still a very big nuclear threat. And the Japanese need to know, the South Koreans need to know, frankly, the Chinese need to know that our position in Asia is not just going to remain what it is. It's actually going to expand. We're going to push back against Chinese expansion, and we're going to defend our allies. I think the president, Secretary Pompeo does a good job of saying this, so does Mattis. But I think the president needs to make that more clear.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Congressman Kinzinger.
Anytime, you bet.
Appreciate it.